Good morning children, back to the class. So dear children, today we are going to see the new lesson and last lesson of our English second. What is that? Robinson Crusoe. Previous class what did we have seen? Lesson number 19 about the little mouse, how it changed into the girl child and a grown up and a beautiful woman, and again when the time came to marry, so at last no one was going to marry her, and then finally the he-mouse has to marry. Then the demand of the he-mouse, then again she became a she-mouse. So that was the beautiful story behind. Today we are going to have another beautiful story, very interesting story. So please follow me. Page number 99 you take out. Robinson Crusoe. So Robinson Crusoe was born in England in which year? 1632. So year 1632 in England he was born. When he was a child he wanted to become a sailor. So when he wanted to become, so you also have that. तो बड़े होने के बाद क्या बनोगे? Means you will say doctor, engineer or teacher or pilot like that. So he also, when he was childhood onwards, he had a very beautiful goal, that is a very powerful goal. He wanted to become a sailor. Sailor means you know, in the ship there. So, but his father could not allow him. But his father was not at all interested in that. So he did not allow. Robinson therefore ran away from home. So from that moment he ran away. So he went from home because the father said, no, you cannot become a sailor. So then when he ran, he became a cabin boy and later a sailor. So he ran away and he went to the near the seashore, and there he went into the some of the ships. Then there first he became a cabin boy. Cabin boy means the person who gives the things there, who helps the inside the ship, giving whatever they want. So cabin boy. Then after he became a sailor. So while working as a cabin boy, he learned how to sail that. Then finally he became a sailor. One day his ship was going to America. So when he became a sailor, he was ready to take out the ship here and there. So he became a sailor. Then after that, one day he had they have told that you have to go to America. So he was going with a load of cargo. So cargo means what? C-A-R-G. So cargo means goods carried. So the goods, different kinds of goods means not that very good that goods means things. चीज को goods बोलते हैं. Goods carried on a ship. Goods carried on a ship. So the things. So चीज होता है ना, खरीदने वाला चीज, ये सब लेने वाली है. So the things carried on a ship. All of a sudden the ship was hit by the big storm. So while he was going on the way, big storm came. Means a lot of wind and it was very dangerous. Then the ship was up and down. For 12 days the ship was tossed about by the mighty waves. So by the mighty waves, the waves are going up and down here and there. So somehow 12 days the ship was out of control. He could not control the ship. The ship began to leak. It was going to sink. So the holes came into the ship and the water started to come into the ship. In the ship water started to come. When he understood that, the Robin with a few men managed to get a lifeboat. So he managed there and he arranged somehow with a few men with him who all are there in that ship. So with them he managed to come out and a live boat. So somehow he managed and to come out. They tried to row their little vessel against the tides. They rowed and rowed. The sea was very rough. Suddenly there came a huge wave which threw them into the sea. So what happened? The waves are up and down. It was going up and down. They were unable to take it. So somehow they took some other help of the other things and they started to swim there. But the sea is very rough. And suddenly in that difficult also they were trying to find their swimming and just they are trying to come out. But suddenly a big wave came which was very strong and just threw them into the just into the sea. It has taken into the sea. All of them tried to swim, but it was useless. So they were tired. They started to swim very fast, but it was very useless. Then finally, Robin Crusoe was carried by the wave on the beach of an island. So the Robinson, everybody went different places. Some died in the sea only with that water, and some different areas they went. The Robin also, the big wave has taken the Robinson to the one small island. Crusoe looked for his companions, but he saw no one. So he was looking at is there any companion? He was looking, but no companion he could see surrounding him. He was alone left in the den. He thanked the God for saving his life. First, as he saw, then first he thanked the God. So first he said, "Thank you, God, saving my life." He knew that laying on the open beach was dangerous. So that is in an island, and that also is a open beach. So in that beach, staying alone is very dangerous. Because why it is very dangerous? Any animal can come and just take out, eat up. So thinking of that, he was very much, he crawled away from the beach and climbed the tree. So cruel means what we can say? Just he went to and hide himself, and finally he climbed one tree and he slept that night. He spent the night on the tree. So that night fully he slept on the tree only. In the morning when he got up, he could see his ship laying not far off. He decided to swim to the ship and get as many things as possible. So when he got up in the morning, he found that the ship was, his ship what he was taking, that came also this side, island side, and it was not very far from where the island. So he went into he wanted to go and get some things. So how many things he can? Because in that ship, the long days they are traveling. So they keep all the eatable things, fire things, whatever cooking, everything they will keep this. So he wanted to take from them. So then he swam to the ship. By this time, the sea had become calm. Calm means what? Very peaceful. C-A-L-M. Calm means it became peaceful. The now no roughness is there. It is peacefully. It is just peaceful. Peacefully you can write. Otherwise, without any disturbance also you can write. So it was very peaceful and he could go there. The waves were not high. He collected whatever he thought useful: bread, rice, cheese, wine, gunpowder, swamps, hammers, posters, clothes, etc. He filled them into the 3 boxes. Then he fitted the raft with the pieces of wood held together by ropes. He placed the boxes on it with some difficulty. So he rowed it into the shore. Finally, somehow he managed and he brought all the things to the beach. So in island. The next day what he had? So सब कुछ लेके आया है, उधर रख दिया है. शिप में क्या क्या था वो पूरा लेकर के आइलैंड पर लेके आया है. Then after that, next morning The next day, Robinson Crusoe had a look around the island. How just he was looking around the island, anything he can. He went up to the high hill and looked in the directions. So after looking there, he went little high from the island. So beach side, from there little high mountain, little high place he went and he looked the directions. Why he looked? The land was surrounded by water on all sides. He realized that he was on a small island with no other human beings on it. So finally he understood that when he went up to the hill, he has looked at all the directions like this. Then all the directions, pani, pura, so everywhere the water is there. The middle, the small island. So he understood that he is in a small island, piece of island. Then finally, what he had done, for the next 13 days, the Crusoe made many trips to the ship. He brought many more useful things from the ship. He needed these things to stay alive. He had to live alone on a lonely island. So he again every day for 30 days. Every day he used to swim in the sea. Then he used to go to his ship and bring how many things he felt that these all things are useful. Every day he started to carry all the things. Then finally, during the next month, Robinson Crusoe was busy making a house. So all the things he brought, then he started to make a house there. He found a flat pieces of land facing the sea. So where the facing the sea side, because he want to see the sea if anybody is coming or not. The area looked good for making a house. Robinson made a clear view of the sea from this spot. So he wanted the clear view. View means the excellent. He wanted to see the sea very clearly. First he constructed a wall around the area with the sharp wooden pieces. First wall he made surrounding this is the place. So in this surrounding first he has made the boundary wall this is. So he made the boundary wall first with the wooden pieces he made strong ones. He then made a second wall of the defense. The space in between was filled with the stones and mud. So he made two walls, and after that with the between of the two walls he put the stones and mud strongly, because if anything happens it should not go. Like that strongly he made it. Then after that, instead of the gate he made a ladder over the fancy. So over that one he made one ladder there. This way no one could come inside his fort. So why he made like this? Because nobody can enter, just because after his climbing he can take the ladder and keep inside, so that nobody can enter into his. Inside he made a fine house and stocked all his goods. There was a stream of fresh water quite close by. Robinson Crusoe caught several animals. He dried their meat and stored them for the future. He went surrounding the island and he caught the different kinds of animals. Meat he brought, and then after that he made that all the meat he put in the sunlight. It has dried everything. Then after that what he has done, after drying all this meat, then he has all that he took and he kept for the future. Means आने वाला दिन के लिए भी वो बचा करके अच्छे से उसको सन में डाल करके, तो उसको सूखने के बाद वो सब बचा करके रखा है आने वाला दिन के लिए. So that is the way he has done. After he had been on the island for a year or two, he made a small boat to see. Surprise, it sailed well. So after 2 or 3 years, he started to make a small boat. Then surprisingly, it was working well also. He could now sail into the sea and catch fish. He could now sail around his island. He could also visit the neighbor isles. So neighbor places also he started to visit with this small boat. Like this he was spending all his time in the island. When he was spending all his time, so in the middle, so after that what had happened and all we will see in the next class. Till here please read out the lesson well.